Well, all right.
Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here with Crystal Durant.
Hey, yo.
With Tommy Von Voigt.
Yo, hey.
And here we sit in the world famous As It Should Be studios.
In Crooklyn, New York.
Yeah. And it's 1997.
Woo, yeah.
Yeah, it's 1997. And I know Tommy is so stoked. You were so excited.
Oh, I can't wait.
So excited.
So excited.
Actually, I'm so excited because I get to start this one.
Oh, I get the last word on 1997. Yeah.
You do. Check it out.
Yeah.
First,
Okay.
tell us about it, Paul.
Tell us about it.
Tell us about it,
Paul.
Sid. Okay, well, I have runners-up.
Oh, yeah?
I actually have some honorable mentions for 1997. Monkey Wrench, Foo Fighters.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, that was catchy.
Yeah.
It was good, okay.
I like it.
Blur with Song 2.
Woohoo!
Oh, that's...
When I feel
Woohoo! It's called Song 2?
Song 2.
Oh,
and
see, I didn't know that.
and check this out. It was the second song on the album.
What?
Yeah, how do you like them apples?
I just call it the Woohoo song. I didn't know
I think a lot of people
It was
did.
the woohoo.
Yeah.
All right. Hoodoo Gurus with Down on Me.
Hoodoo.
Australian band, Hoodoo Gurus. Great power pop. You know.
Power pop.
Yeah.
Power pop.
Stereolab with Miss Modular. Anyway, so now onto my top 10 list.
All right.
Okay.
Now, you guys,
Yes.
my number 10 is the Glasses Off. Not because I love it. Usually when I take the glasses off, it's because I have a passionate, like, it means, so, it runs
lot.
deep.
Yes.
I love it so much, whatever. This is the Glasses Off. This is a special Glasses Off.
Okay.
You guys are about to witness gobs being smacked so hard
Uh-oh.
that there's going to be a splatter on the wall, gob-colored.
Oh, jeez.
And there's no gobstoppers in this box of candy either.
Never everlasting gobstoppers.
Be
What?
prepared for the faces. My number 10. Bop by Hanson.
Nah, not shocked.
What?
Consider
What?
my gobs unsmacked.
Oh, come on. You're just fucking with me now.
Come
you really
on.
think I would like...
Seriously?
It's a great pop song. I'm not surprised that you like it.
My gob is smacked.
Thank you.
That's the last thing I would ever expect you to even have it on your list, let alone at... No, I'm not buying it.
Okay. Well, the thing about that song is that when that thing popped up, it was just, I would turn on VH1, and I would always turn on VH1, and it would be in the middle of the video. And I didn't even know what it was. I didn't even know it was a video.
Who
I'm
they
like,
were.
well, no, I'm just
It was
like,
like
is
a
this a
commercial
for
commercial?
Trident
Is this,
or
what is
something?
it? What is it with these kids with long hair skateboarding around doing this like Jackson 5 / Osmond's ripping off Jackson 5
Yes.
song? But I kind of like it. It sounds like the Jackson 5, and then
Yeah, you're
actually
right.
bought the record, and I didn't like it. But I do like that song.
You bought the record?
I really thought that. I thought, oh shit.
Okay.
Is this where we're going with
Going
pop?
with-
Yeah, more Jackson 5.
Five.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
And then the rest of the album wasn't any good.
Womp womp. Wow. All right.
Didn't one of them go on to put together a power pop band with Bunny Carlos?
Really?
Yeah, one of the Hanson kids.
No.
In later years had a power pop band. I think with Bunny Carlos and I think with James Iha from the Smashing Pumpkins.
Pumpkins?
Am I
What?
right about the
It's a
members of the
super
band?
group.
Yeah,
Wow.
Tinted Windows. Is that right?
Gotta
I don't know.
Google
I
that.
might
We'll
think
look,
I
we'll
heard
look it
that
up during
so.
the commercial. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, number 9. Beck. With Dead Weight. It's what they say. That's a loungy track with like Martin Denny production touches and all that kind of shit.
Yep.
Number 8. John Spencer Blues Explosion are back with Whale.
Yeah, I love that.
And number 7.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking at Tommy.
You know,
Because, well, he stated a couple episodes ago, it's like, no, that's not Tommy's music. It's anti-Tommy.
and boy, this is not Tom. Yeah.
It's so
John
not
Spencer
Tommy.
Blues Explosion. Out of anything, there might be things on here you don't like
But he
or aren't
just-
really familiar with, but that's definitely anti-Tommy music.
But I love how he just looks so forlorn. It's just like, my Coca-Cola.
Yes.
It's from Mexico.
Welcome to how I felt for the first few years of the 90s. All right, so,
That is funny.
but number 7, the best song ever written about John, Paul, George, and Ringo's asses. And that is Beetle Bum by Blur.
What?
It's a song called Beetle Bum by Blur, but it's not about the Beatles'
Right, yeah,
asses.
I get the joke.
It's a
but
stupid joke.
I don't remember that.
Oh, right. And when they let me slip away, I found it on a Anyway,
I don't remember.
that's the opening track. That's the first
Oh, it
song.
is?
That's the song before song 2 on the album.
Oh, word? Oh,
It's
okay.
song 1.
Song 1.
Okay, so number 6, Matthew Sweet, Where You Get Love.
Yes.
Where you get love. Okay, well, number 5. You might like this.
Try me.
You're not gonna love it, but
Tommy's
it's
ready to
you're not
walk
gonna
out.
be lost in a sea of what the fuck am I? Where the fuck am I
going?
with this?
I hate that sea.
Yeah. I think
the
you might
worst
even
sea.
My
like this
least
artist.
favorite sea to be lost in.
Yes, you might even like this artist. This is a guy named Paul McCartney
Oh.
with a song called "The World Tonight."
I don't know the
from
song.
his fucking great Flaming Pie album.
Oh, that's
Do
the
not
one I
know
know.
that song.
See, the thing about McCartney is that we all know that McCartney's solo, well, like all Beatles solo, is hit or miss.
Yes.
And McCartney went through his period, in the '80s and certainly the early '90s, where he put out some crap albums and even phoned in a couple of them. But after the anthology, he spent like 3 or 4 years like going deep through the Beatles archives and reacquainting himself, and
With
like
himself.
he came out of that like, oh shit. This is how you do this. That's how you do that.
I forgot how
And
to be a
his
Beatle.
1997 album, which was his album right after the anthology, Flaming Pie, one of his best albums. And World Tonight is a great track.
Okay.
Number 4, Red Cross.
Yeah.
Red Cross with Mess Around. Yeah, from the Show World album.
Oh.
Yeah, I merely have Red Cross at number 4. That's shameful. But that's because at number 3 I have Supergrass.
I knew you were going to say Supergrass.
Ah, yeah.
And it's a tie.
Uh-oh.
Late in the Day and Richard III.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have
Yep.
homework to do.
Okay. All right. Number 2. The Ocean Blue with Slide. Wait. Man, this is some loud crickets. Jesus. Damn.
I don't remember.
You know what? I'm giving you all kinds of shit right now, but I applaud you for the ability to find stuff. Not only just to find stuff, but find stuff that you genuinely really like from these dire fucking years. You're doing a great job of
Well, the fact of the matter is that this really isn't stuff that I had to dig to find. I just had to remind myself of all the shit that I liked, that I was listening. Like, these are the records
Right.
that I had. This is the stuff that I actually listened to at the time.
Right.
So while I was hating all this grunge shit that I was hating Seven Mary 3 and stuff. Now, I commented on previous episodes, when we were going through the New Jack period and all the Mary J. Blige shit, and I was like, I didn't listen to the radio. Well, I did listen to the radio. When I was at work, the radio was on, but it was the alternative station. So I didn't, when we got to the 90s, especially in the mid-90s, well, the early to mid-90s, that's when everything got compartmentalized. Everything got moved. Like, if your taste was in this tiny little box, you listened to this station. If your taste was in this tiny little box, you listened to that station.
Never the
and we
twain shall
didn't get
meet.
everything
Blend.
on one station like we used to get. So if I was listening to the alternative station at work, that's all I was getting exposed to, which is why all my hate lists are just those songs, because those are the ones I was hearing and hating.
Right.
You
Got
know,
it.
Yeah.
and the stuff that was on the R&B station, I just wasn't hearing,
yeah.
because I wasn't turning that shit on. It wasn't on at work, and
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
So,
Which job was this?
I was a pizza guy.
Pizza.
I was a pizza delivery
Round
guy when
table.
we were, yeah. So I was hearing all this fucking awful bush and shit while I was at work, while we were making pizzas. Well, I was delivering pizzas, not making them, but I still had to go into the store and hear this
Right.
awful shit. But I digress wildly. Now onto my number 1. REM with Electrolyte. Electrolyte is, I put that at number 1 above Red Cross.
What album?
New Adventures in Hi-Fi.
I know you really like that record.
You do look.
No, I know you really like
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, now, did you ever hear this single? Did this single ever?
I've listened to this album. We recently did an entire REM discography run.
By we, he means him and his
Me
wife.
and Melissa, yeah. But I have to admit that this record, nothing on it really stuck out to me.
Right.
It would probably take repeated listens, but
Yeah.
nothing really jumped out at me and said, "You like
Initially.
this song, Tommy."
Right. Well, Electrolyte is the closing track, and it just has a. Yeah, it's a little cinematic and kind of I just really love the song. But yeah, so there you go.
Electrolyte. Okay.
That's my 1997 list.
All right.
And these are our 1997 commercials.
Play it back, rock, rap, fast food, cool, dude. Hole in one, home run, Dr. Pepper, taste the fun. Movie star, classic car, talk show, Bobby and Ken will kiss again. Instant replay. Now is the time. Now is the time. Dr. Pepper. This is the place. Dr. Pepper. Now is the time.
Well, all right, we are back.
Yes.
And
We
it's the
are
moment
back.
that Tommy's been waiting for. He gets to talk about 1997.
Come on, Tommy.
1997.
Yeah.
You know, so I was just, I'm giving you props before the commercial break about how you're able to come up with these top 10 lists of songs you genuinely like. To be clear, I was listening to music then. I was buying albums, but I wasn't buying stuff that really had singles. Around this period of time, I started getting really into the pop punk thing. So I'm buying records by Screeching Weasel and the Queers. And
How old were you then?
so I would have been like 19. Yeah. And, I bought the American Psycho record by the Misfits reunion, when they got the new singer.
Wow.
So I was really starting to go like down that path. And things eventually started going completely off the rails when you go too far down that and you're buying, like the third album by the Assorted Jelly Beans or whatever. It's just
The Assorted Jelly Beans.
yeah, it's just I don't know. It just gets really when you're listening to Falling Sickness and Leftover Crack and it's just
Yeah, that's going a bit
Wow.
you can
that's
go
a
too
very dark
deep.
road for
That is
Tommy.
I
going
went
a bit
really
far.
deep into the whole punk thing, but
Wow.
so around but around this time I'm buying a lot of that kind of stuff, and even the stuff that I still feel really holds up. And there are some of those records that I feel are really, really solid to this day. There's no singles that I can really put on my list.
Yeah.
Like the first couple of Rancid, like the first 3 Rancid albums, I think still to this day are fantastic albums. But like they put out 2 singles amongst the 3 of them. So there's not like my favorite songs of them I can't put on this list.
Right.
So
Yeah, see, I feel like the stuff that I was listening to and that I'm listing are kind of my version of those kind of bands. They do just happen to have singles.
You
They
got
weren't
lucky.
hit singles.
Yeah, but they still
and
at
in
least
many
had
cases they were
singles.
only singles in like the UK or something. But they do have singles.
Right.
Whereas a lot of these punk bands just straight up just don't
they
have
just
them.
absolutely didn't have
all.
singles. So I like the stuff that I was kind of turning to in this period of time. I can't do anything with for these lists. So it leaves my lists basically barren.
Yeah.
The other thing that's really going on in this period of time, and I was kind of alluding to it in last week's episode when I talked about the huge shift in 1996. Excuse me, I should have brought this up during the 96 episode, the Telecommunications Act of 1996.
Oh, wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Is this about to be a
Tommy's Treatise?
Woo!
Okay. The sirens, you hear the sirens, they're coming. They're trying to shut my treatise down. So, the Telecommunications Act of 1996, when I talk about the big shift in the decade and how the latter half of the 90s, shit got so dire, and there was the second shift that you talked about. You had the grunge shift, and then you had the second shift that, in my opinion, kind of came along and basically started just killing everything. It wasn't just rock and metal. For me, the second half of the 90s, I find to be dire for R&B, for hip-hop.
definitely, yeah.
Shit just went completely just sideways.
Ooh.
And
You only have
nice.
Pepsi.
Well, unfortunately, I only have this next one,
All right.
and I drank most of it.
That's
But the
all right.
Telecommunications Act of 1996, what it did is it loosened the regulations as far as ownership of media outlets go. So that cleared the way for conglomerates to buy up local media outlets in huge, like, just numbers. Like, so they would get entire regions of the country would be owned, like, by Beasley or Clear Channel.
Channel, yeah.
Is one of the most, egregious
Egregious.
offenders here. So what happened is you had like one corporate entity controlling, like, say, all the radio stations in an entire area of the United States, and being that it would be corporately owned, they would want to have one program director at the corporate office programming the music for all the stations. They would play it as safe as humanly possible. They would just put the most inane drivel on endless fucking rotation.
No DJs.
No DJs at
DJs.
all. In fact, and this is a true story, in the, I want to say around 2001. So now we're half a decade into the repercussions of the Telecommunications Act. I went and I put an application in to be a DJ at a radio station. There was one in Punta Gorda, and they in Punta Gorda, Florida.
Oh, Punta Gorda.
And they had a listing that they were hiring for somebody. And I was like, well, they have a DJ? Well, this is great. I'll go down there. And I get down there, and they had like several different of their radio stations in one office. And it turned out when I got there, it was a bit of a bait and switch because they actually were hiring for one of their country channels. And I'm like, Christ, you want to talk about musical hell? A country music station in Southwest fucking Florida.
In the 90s.
In the 90s.
And no, this was 2001.
Shit.
So
Okay,
it was really bad.
Worse.
And I'm like, well, the dude I was interviewing with, the dude was really, really cool. He was a really nice dude. And so he's giving me the tour of the station. And I already know in my heart, like, oh my God, this doesn't sound like a good job at all. And then he tells me what it pays. And I'm like, and then he tells me what the hours would be, and I'm like, because it would be like the midnight shift. And then I'm like, well, so give me the tour, and he's showing me everything, and he shows me that there's like no actual music in the station. Everything was getting beamed at that point
from the satellite.
From the corporate office, and it would just be on this day, this is the entire playlist. This day, this is the entire playlist. This day, and I think they had like maybe like 8 or 10 playlist blocks per day, and they would just do, and it would be always the same songs, and they would mix them up. But it was such that if you actually knew what block they were playing that day, you could set your watch by what song was playing, and they would just try. This was their way of tricking the listener. And there was no actual DJing involved. It was basically you just had to be there to make sure the equipment didn't catch on fire, and to hit a few buttons at certain times during the shift.
Right.
And that was the extent of the job. And it was so deflating. But that's what became of radio. So for the second half of the 90s, this is what we're dealing with. And this is why I spent a couple of years in 97. We're talking about 2 years now living in Florida, where you'd put on the modern rock radio stations and hope to hear literally anything good, and instead you're hearing Silverchair for the umpteenth fucking time.
Silverchair.
This is the reason why. This is why Creed became big. This is why Cumbersome was played into the ground.
Right. And this is why we are where we are now.
This is exactly why because we never recovered from this.
No.
We never ever fucking recovered from this. It ruined music, and people don't realize this because the generations that started coming up after me, this is all they knew.
Right. They don't know the difference.
And if what you're given is all you're given, you're going to like what you're given,
right.
And you don't see anything wrong with it.
Especially if you're going to be a lemming and just take it and not listen to older people or your parents or whatever. Like, oh, you should check out the Beatles. They're really good. Stuff like that. But this is funny because the other day I was watching a rerun of WKRP in Cincinnati, and they had an episode about this specifically because they're always about program directors, and one of Andy's old best friends was trying to hire him at one of these mega conglomerate places, and he was like, come on man, we gotta have people and this and that, and the guy's like, oh no, he literally said this is the future of music.
And that was the late 70s.
Yes.
And
that was like 78,
they knew.
They saw the writing on the wall. Once the path was cleared for this to happen, it happened fucking overnight. Beasley and Clear Channel came in and cleaned fucking house.
Yep.
There wasn't a local station left. So if all the stations in Tampa were playing 7 Mary 3, all the stations in Miami and all the stations in Raleigh and all the stations in fucking Houston are all going to be playing 7 Mary 3, and that's it. But anyway,
where are we now?
Yeah.
Fuck. So.
Oh, is it your list? Oh.
So my list.
I lost.
As a result of this.
Thank you for your TED Talk.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you for your
Tommy Talk. My top songs list of 1997 consists of 3 fucking songs.
Whoa.
Wow.
I lasted 1 year with a top 5, and that was 96. And by 1997, I have a top 3. This is what I got.
Okay, bring it.
What is it?
My number 3, In Vogue with Don't Let Go Love.
Yes.
That's some last gasp R&B right there.
That's good, I'll tell you something. That's obviously I'm not into that song. I don't like that song. That's a big no boy for me. But honestly, where things are and where things are, especially for you, I can't even give you a thumbs down for that.
No. My number 2, Notorious Big, Hypnotize.
Yes.
Now that track slams.
Yes.
That really fucking does. I didn't appreciate Big at the time. the way I do now.
Oh, really?
Because at the time, hip hop was everywhere, and but I listened back and I'm like, Christ, that guy was so fucking good.
Yep.
But my number one for 1997, thank goodness for the Bee Gees coming in to save the day with Alone.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
how about that?
You got to do what you got to do.
That's what I got.
Talk about not being a favorite Bee Gees era, but you got to do what you got to do.
And that is my 1997 end scene.
Damn.
Oh, fuck.
That's bananas.
Let's go to a commercial, please.
Yeah, the new releases section, otherwise known as the Bermuda Triangle. Every time I want to take home a movie, I always get sucked into this void, and I end up taking home something like Frosty and the Silent Sparrow. I mean, hey, I'm a big fan of bird movies, but come on, they should throw me a bone every now and then.
Actually, Mr. Lewis, we've increased our new releases inventory by 40%. These are all current titles.
Liar.
It's true. 40% more copies of new releases at $2.99. Go home happy.
Coming back. Are we ready to come back to 1997?
Yeah.
It's 1997, all grunge heaven.
Yeah. All grunge heaven.
All right, well,
dear.
Tell us all about it, Crystal.
Oh, God, 1997, right?
Yep.
All right. So I got a runners-up list for 1997. It's kind of long, but here we go. Candle in the Wind by Elton John.
Oh, the Candle in the Wind 97?
The 97. We all remember why.
Yeah.
Right? Very sad. After that, I got I Smell Sex and Candy Here.
Oh, Crystal, hold on.
By Marcy Playground.
Paul, I need to borrow this shit from you.
Oh, my God.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm sorry.
Did you not hear anything I just ranted about?
Okay, it's a guilty pleasure. It's a guilty pleasure.
I think guilty is a understatement.
You could stop with just guilty.
I'm guilty.
Yeah, just guilty.
Gavel, gavel, gavel.
Convicted.
I'm guilty. Throw me in the Who's Gal. Lock me up.
It's a good name for a rock
Throw her in
club,
the
by the
shallow
way.
water before she gets too deep.
Who's Gal?
The Who's Gal. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's bad, but there's just something, I don't know. I don't know. All right, then I got, I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, really, really. It's so stupid. Wannabe.
Zigga zigga ah.
Zigga zigga ah. Zigga zigga ah. The whole concept is just stupid and stupid and stupid, and I needed some stupidity in my life, so sue me. All right, then I got Get Out by Changing Faces. R&B,
I don't know that.
Don't know
Last
that
Gasp.
I mean, I'm going to hold this up anyway because...
On principle?
Well, because
making
even though I don't know it, I still know. I still know.
Yeah. It's a slow song, and just listen to it. It's good.
No, I'm not going to listen.
Not you, Tommy. I'm talking to Tommy.
I'll actually listen to it.
He'll listen to it.
I'm not going to listen to it.
Yeah. Then I got Not Tonight by Lil' Kim, Da Brat, Left Eye, Missy Elliott, and Angie Martinez. Remember that?
No, I don't actually remember that one.
Okay. The song starts off with dice rolling.
If I heard it, it might come right back to me.
Yeah, you would know it. All right, then I got Cold Rock a Party by MC Light.
Oh, God, I remember MC Light.
Rock. Yeah, she's so good.
Oh, my God.
Fantastic. Then I got
Uh-oh.
Well, it's a snorter, this one.
It's because it's a retro sounding song. It's a throwback song because of the Farfisa.
Oh no, I know where you're gonna go. You know what? I'm just holding this up now. In advance. You're getting an advance thumbs down. I know fucking exactly where you're headed.
And that is Walking on the Sun by Smash Mouth. I just like I love the music.
Crystal.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is why we can't be friends.
And then my last runner-up is But the Memory Remains.
Oh, fucking come on.
By Metallica. I don't know.
Are you just fucking with me
No,
at this
I'm not.
point?
I like it. I like that song.
I think you're reading the wrong list, Crystal.
No, I like it. I don't know.
Well, you know, Crystal likes it.
Oh, Crystal likes it.
I like it. All right. So now my list.
Ooh.
Okay. Just hold up the damn shirt. Call it a day, fucker. All right, number 10 is Don't Let Go by En Vogue.
There you go.
See?
That's the thing. Like early in the 90s, I was like, oh, over this, but
now,
like that's okay.
It's Beethoven. All right. Number 9 is You're Making Me High by Toni Braxton. So good. They wrote over another year. My number 8 is Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve.
Oh, that one.
That is a tolerable mention.
You know,
I don't mind that one.
It's a great sample. There was a whole controversy about it. It's all sample. But I like it. Even though his voice is kind of symphony that's life. I like it. Then I got number 7 is On and On by Erykah Badu from her first record.
Yeah.
All right. And then my number 6 is Everlong by the Foo Fighters.
Oh yeah, Everlong.
Yeah, that wasn't one of my favorites on that record, but I mean,
I like it.
Hey, for what we're working with,
it's
sure,
1997.
Yeah, you do you.
Thank you. My number 5 song is No Diggity, About to Bag It Up.
Bag It Up.
By Blackstreet and Dr. Dre. And then my number 4 is Hypnotized by the Notorious B.I.G. And then my number 3 is Criminal by Fiona Apple.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I was introduced to that album by my friend Ed. This dude I used to have sex with. Who is a huge Elton John fan. That's how we met on an AOL chat room.
Oh my God.
An Elton John chat room.
An Elton John chat room on AOL.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And he was
living. That's a
living,
throwback to the 90s.
He was living
right
in Jersey,
there.
and I was here, whatever. And he was like, this Fiona Apple chick, she's like 18 years old, and these lyrics are so deep. And I really got into it. I really love that first album. I do.
I don't know anything beyond what was on the radio.
Oh, okay.
None of which I liked, but I mean...
whatever.
But there's far worse stuff on that list than that. So.
Yes.
So it's okay.
Oh, my God. You just punched me in my eye. Oh. All right, my number 2 song is Karma Police by Radiohead.
The Radiohead thing is complicated for me.
I love Creep. I love the song Creep.
Well,
apparently Radiohead and all of their fans hate that song and love everything else. So I'm like the opposite.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even think I'm not gonna. I don't want to do a Paul's treatise on Radiohead, so I'm just gonna.
All right, and my number 1 song from this particular year, 1997, is "Love Fool" by the Cardigans, and I'll tell you why. Because in this dire moment in time, where everything was doom and gloom and very sad and very terrible, first of all, it reminded me of. What do you call Happy Birthday from the 80s, that song, because her chirpy voice. And it's like, it's a laid back jingly jangling, say that I like the lyrics, fool me. I like it. It was very comforting to me at that time period. And
yes,
I like it.
I know that you very much were in dire need of comfort at that time.
Thank you.
I'm fully aware of.
Yes, I needed comfort, and that song comforted me. And then from that song, I was like, "Woo, this is a really good song." And I bought the album. Wound up loving the whole album. It's really great.
Because the whole rest of the album is way better.
Way better than just that
that
song. Yes, I will agree to that. But I still love that song. That's my number 1 for 1997.
Okay.
Right. Well.
I do what I want.
Oh, shit!
I do what I want.
She does what she wants.
I do what I want.
Yeah, well, you know what I want? What I really, really want?
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
I want to go to commercial.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. They got a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with. I don't want to grow up.
I'm a Toys R Us kid.
They got the best for so much less.
You'll really flip your lid.
Some bikes, 2 trains, 2 video games. It's the biggest toy store there is. Gee whiz. I don't want to grow up, 'cause baby, if I did, I couldn't be a Toys R Us kid.
Once a Toys R Us kid,
always a Toys R Us kid.
Time to hit.
It's really time to hit.
It's not alright, all these songs, they are shy, don't you see? Okay.
Oh, man. Oh, we are delirious. Because... Oh,
that's what 1997 brings out of us.
That's what it does.
It does.
We hope you're enjoying this as much as we are.
But the enjoyment is about to cease because we're now going to talk about all the songs we hate from 1997, which kind of really is all the songs from 1997. But we're gonna cherry pick.
Just pick a few here and there.
And I'm the first.
That's you.
I'm the first. First to hate.
First.
My neck hurts from this.
All right. Okay. Well. Songs of the Heart.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh,
the one I gave my heart to by Aaliyah.
Oh yeah.
Piece of My Heart by Shaggy.
Oh God.
My Heart is Calling by Whitney Houston. And of course, Quit Playing Games with My Heart by the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
All right.
We're getting into the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, they're coming.
Eras.
They're coming.
It's coming.
It's on its way.
They're coming. They're on their way. They're in a cab driving here.
My dishonorable mentions from 1997. Now, I'm just going to say it.
Just say it.
Santa's a Fat Bitch by Insane Clown Posse.
Oh my God. Wow.
Now, when I was going through the lists and I saw this, I had never heard the song before. I just fucking put it on the list. I'm like, I was like, I don't need to listen to this. This is a song called Santa's a Fat Bitch by Insane Clown Posse. I don't need to listen to this. It's on my hate list. I know I hate this. But 2 days ago, I actually listened to it. Guess what? It stayed on my hate list.
I wasn't expecting ICP to show up in any capacity. Because I figured they just wouldn't even count as music enough to get on any of our
talk
lists.
about foregone conclusion.
Do you want actually here? I have a funny Insane Clown Posse story. So in 1999, I was working at CD Warehouse in Port Charlotte, Florida, and we constantly had to order copies of Insane Clown Posse CDs. Like every one of us,
because it was running out.
Well, yeah, but I was like anyone. We would all take turns ordering, and like I would every week I had to order like half a dozen or a dozen copies, and then like Justin would have to order a bunch of copies, and then Matt would have to, and there were like 4 of us working there. We would all, and one day we're all talking, and we all are talking about how much we have to order Insane Clown Posse CDs, and we're all looking at each other like, wait, are we all ordering that many ICP CDs? And then Justin was the manager, and he looks in the computer to see how many had actually been sold. We hadn't sold an Insane Clown Posse CD in like a fucking year, but all of us are ordering like a dozen copies a week. They're all getting stolen. We were just ordering and ordering and ordering, and none of us had checked the inventory to see if they were actually selling.
Being sold.
They were all just getting stolen by Insane Clown Posse fans who would come in dressed all in their fucking black
Juggalo
everything
outfit.
in August in Florida with like the Jinko jeans that were so long and baggy that the bottom was all worn out from the bottom of their shoes,
with
and it
the
had nothing but zippers and pockets.
Straps,
and they just rolled in from fucking Hot Topic, and they roll up the CD Warehouse to steal their Insane Clown Posse CDs, and we were just feeding the machine like a fucking year, and so we figured out what was going on. So we stopped ordering ICP, and they couldn't steal them from us anymore because we wouldn't keep them in stock because their fans would just steal all the albums.
Okay, so what happens at this point? Do ICP still get the money because you guys had to pay for your copies?
Well, yes, because if we're buying them from the distributor.
So you guys lose.
Distributor
ICP
pays the artist.
Lose.
The distributor wins. The record company, ICP, they all win. The only person that loses is whoever stocks it, because you've bought the merchandise. And if the fans come and steal them, ICP still wins.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well,
that's incredible.
Yep.
Well, that leads us to the next dishonorable mention, and that is Anything by Creed.
No, but where is that fucking shirt? Where is it? Creed. Permanent for anything Creed. This right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Next up, Elton John. Candle in the Wind, 1997.
I knew that was coming.
English Rose. Oh, come on.
He's British. He had to do it.
Chumbawamba with Tub Thumping.
Oh, like it was going to be any other Chumbawamba song.
I mean, yeah, like it was going to be any other one. I get knocked up, then I put out again. All right. Sublime with Santeria. Sugar Ray.
Oh, God!
I just want to.
Oh, I forgot about Sugar Ray.
Yeah, well, hold on to your horses because next we have Third Eye Blind with Semi-Charmed Life.
I want something else, though.
Man, like 12, 13 years ago when I was teaching full-time, and there would be a holiday, or like the day before a holiday, weekend or whatever, we would go to karaoke with my friend Shandy, and Rick would host it. And there was this one dude who was in law school, like cute little average white dude with a little charming smile and freckles and everything. And that was the only song he would sing at karaoke. Every single time.
Probably the only song he knew.
Yeah, and he was just so into it, you know, holding his Bud Light and and we would all yell the chorus, and he was like, "Yeah, people love me." Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's okay, because next on my list is Barbie Girl by Aqua.
Oh, I forgot.
And all of that,
goodness.
all of that takes a backseat to my number one. Bitch by Meredith Brooks. Yeah, you know what? I would like it a different way, please. Thank you.
Did not.
Meredith Brooks, my number one.
Nope. Fucking hell.
All right.
So over to me then, huh?
Yes.
What you got,
over to
Tony?
me. Well, you know what? I'm going to make it easy on you guys, because what I listed for my worst of the year, well, as you know, I only had a top 3. So my worst of the year, literally on here, it says literally everything else. I'm not kidding. I'll hold this up. It says literally everything else. You can see it, right? Yep, there you go.
Wow.
Literally everything else.
I mean, if we're being real, that's the case. That's certainly the case with my
You're not wrong.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
So over to you, Crystal.
All right. I actually made a list. Okay. They're all just terrible. They're all number one.
You know what?
But you know what? No, never mind. I do have a number one. Okay. So there is Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba. Good Riddance, Time of Your Life by Green Day.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that
Which
one.
became the anthem of that year.
Oh, I should have said anything by Green Day.
You know, it's like... yeah, never mind. Good Riddance, yeah. Pink by Aerosmith.
Oh.
Ooh.
My favorite... You know what he's singing about, right? And I think that some executive at Victoria's Secret loved that song, and then it was like, oh, hey, what a great idea. Let's put pink on the ass of all of our sweatpants. It means pussy. That's what it means. All right, then we got the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Just the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Anything.
Anything by them, yes. I co-sign.
I have a Mighty Mighty Boss Tones story, too.
You? What
yes.
happened?
They were on the Warped Tour with us in 2002, and it was at the Boston show, actually.
Oh, great.
I believe. And Billy, the guitarist, and I think John, the bassist, they were going to find anywhere they can get like coffee or a beverage or anything. We were so broke at that point. We were basically starving. And the Boss Tones were hanging out over in their little area, and they had coffee and just whatever. And so Billy goes over to him and say, can we get some coffee? And I believe it was Dickie, the singer. It was like, fuck out of here. You got to pay your dues, kid.
Dickie?
Yeah.
Dickie.
I think that's the singer's name.
Yeah. Appropriately named. What
and that just I remember that broke Billy because he was such a huge Boss Tones fan. He was really into ska and all that shit, and they were just apparently just such complete just pricks,
assholes.
And you know what? And I would bet that those motherfuckers did not have to pay their dues in that way.
No.
I bet you fucking none
They
of them did.
lucked into whoever signed them, and because they're mediocre. There are a million other better ska bands. Fuck those assholes.
It's wrong to say they're even fucking ska.
Yeah, it is.
But it's just that whole dues paying mentality. It's like, okay, we had to suffer and starve, so now every other up and coming band needs to be just as miserable. That's fucked up. Like, you just want everyone else to go through the same shit you went to. You should want people to not have to suffer the way you did. But anyway,
it's very And then I got the Dave Matthews Band.
Well, yeah,
anything by them. Period. Then I have Blues Traveler. Period. Then I have Santeria by Sublime. Sangria. I got Bitch by Meredith Brooks. Barbie Girl by Aqua. And then my number one most hated song of 1997 is Brimful of Asha by Corner Shop. Remember that?
I remember the band name. But I don't remember
sounds
Brimful
familiar.
of Asha and a 45, something like that.
Oh, I kind of remember
So
that.
Corner Shop, kind of like the Laws, they were touted as the next Beatles. Because, their songs are so, quirky and poppy and blah, blah, blah. They sucked. They sucked. And that song in particular is terrible. Don't even listen to it from out of morbid curiosity. Just trust me and tell all your friends they stink. So that's my number one worst song from 1997.
I'm not going to doubt you at all.
God.
Brimful of Asha. What the fuck are you? Yeah. Can we go to a commercial?
Yeah. Should we? Yeah.
Shall we escape this awfulness?
Please.
To a commercial?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
You can change your look, change your life with beautiful, clear skin. Now, leading New York dermatologist Dr. Jonathan Zismore is offering his unique clear skin system to you at home. Say hello to smooth, radiant-looking skin. Skin you'll be proud of.
I used to have a lot of problems with dry patches. After using Dr. Zismore's products, my skin is softer, smoother. It's just, I can't believe the change.
With so many skincare fads, my patients were confused. So I created a simple system to make it easy for everyone, whether your skin is oily, dry, or even normal.
Thousands of Dr. Zismore's New York patients have been successfully using his products for over 20 years. Now, his expertise is available at home to every man and woman of every color and complexion.
It's worked wonders for my patients, and if it wasn't the best, I wouldn't put my name on it.
Order Dr. Zismore's Clear Skin System today for just $59.95. Send your check, money order, or call 1-800-977-SKIN. Dr. Zismore's products have only been available to his New York patients, but you can order now for just $59.95 plus shipping and handling. Satisfaction guaranteed. So call now and take the first step towards healthy, clear, radiant skin.
It's over. It's done. You're finished.
Go to bed episode.
1997, you're finished.
You're drunk. Go home.
Yeah. All right. So,
thank you.
You know how this works. Subscribe if you haven't.
Yes.
Click the little bell.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Like and comment and all that kind of shit, and tell us how stupid we are because we don't like Barbie Girl, and all you Corner Shop fans weigh in.
Yeah, come at me, bro. Come at me. Corner Shop. Blech.
But anyway, let's get out of here. 1998 is next week. Do come back because it's going to be a load of fun.
Oh yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
From becoming black, will you?
What's wrong with that?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
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 Yeah, are you gonna manage?
Well, what episode are we about to shoot?
1997.
I can't promise you anything.
Okay. All right. 3, 2.
Well, all right.